Yep. Are we up? It is live. We are live, people. Hello. Welcome to the first installment of the Four Elements Sound Off. Ready, set, go.
Oh, who's first?
You.
Oh, hi, it's me, Nathan, aka Blue Knight. Agua, right? I'm Agua.
Cancer.
You're fire. You're fire.
Oh, you are the Fire Lord, too. Yeah, you're the Fire Lord.
Yeah. Everything changed when the Fire Lord attacked.
And don't you forget it.
Next, we have whoever goes.
Ladies first.
Luna.
Hello. Hello there. I'm Madam Luna.
That's it. That was short and sweet.
Sometimes.
Part of your chat.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, no Tempestarii here. I'm so happy to be here.
And I am the Raven Flower, if you didn't know. And if you didn't know and you're here, that's kind of odd. Kind of odd. Okay, I'm bringing up the chat here. Hello to everybody in the chat, and I will tell you that I am the worst liver ever. And I often don't even look at this thing because I get so like, what I'm talking about, and there's just too much distraction for me. So I am going to lean on my brethren and brethren. I don't know. I'm gonna look at the chat for me. So I've been talking about trying to get us together for a long time, and I generally professed my love to each and every single one of them before we went live. No joke. And
she counted the ways.
The ways that I love each and every single one of them, and I do. But we have a cool connection, us four, and I was throwing around names and thought that the Fantastic Four would be a cool thing, and I basically told Noah that that's what it was going to be, and then I switched it up on him, like not even thinking about it, because I thought that the trolls just couldn't handle the fact that we were fantastic and four, that it was just too much, too much for them. So we went to the Four Elements. I thought that it might be something that we could do monthly or bi-monthly, or actually whenever the hell we want to talk about, you know, Mother Earth, nature, what's happening, the different elements, how we connect with them. But I came across a Netflix, I guess it's original documentary, but it's called Chasing Coral, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I just felt like I needed to talk about it. I love the ocean so much that I got it tattooed all over my arm, all over my arm. And I grew up seaside, and I know that each and every single one of you guys are also connected to water in some way. And I thought that you could join me on this journey. So the documentary's name is called Chasing Coral. It's on Netflix. It's free to watch. Go watch it if you can. But I have given everybody here homework, and they all watched it, so we thought we would discuss. And if you wait until the end, there is an actual giveaway, and I have some of the items right here to show you.
Ooh.
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 So,
Ooh,
ah. So, what did you guys think of it?
It was so heart-wrenching. Thank you so much for putting me through that.
For real.
Yeah.
Eye-opening. Definitely.
Well, for me, it was heart-wrenching, but it didn't hit me as hard as you guys, I feel, because I had already known about it. I was reading up on these articles that I found on Facebook where they were talking about it. And I want to say that the older scientist in the documentary where he says, you know, if I was younger, I wish I would have like had more voice. I don't know if you guys remember that part.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's him. If I'm not mistaken, it's him. He was talking about it, and he actually grows coral and he transplants it back into the ocean, and I thought that was really, really cool. So I told that to Raven the other day. I was like, it hit me, but it didn't hit me like a bus because I already knew about it, kind of. But definitely a big eye opener. I put a lot more yeah, I put a lot more, you know, emphasis on it, and just like really, you know, raised as much awareness as it possibly could. I really appreciate that Raven found it and you know, brought it to my attention.
I wasn't aware of like how disassociative we are of water, because when you really think about it, water is the first element that we are introduced to. Like when we are forming, we are in water, and once we're like out in the elements, you know, you're exposed to earth and you're exposed to fire and you're exposed to air, but we are formed of and in water. And there were a few parts in that documentary that I was watching, and I'm like, is water God? Because there is all of this speculation about the fountain of youth and this, you know, this lifeblood and everything. And I mean, really, when you think about it, everything boils down to water. And I was really upset about the mass amount of coral that was dead and dying. And literally the only thing that gave me like an inkling of comfort was I had my boyfriend watch it with me, and he was like, well, we can take solace in the fact of what about the deep, deep sea where we can't go? Like what is flourishing down there? I mean, thank goodness away from humans, but it's still sad that the stuff that we have contact with, that we're close enough to impact, we just turn a blind eye. Like they said, out of sight, out of mind, which is sad.
That's true. And, you know, you make a really good point, because we are made up of how much percent of water?
70%, just like the Earth.
Me more than everybody else. I like that you brought up that in the beginning, you know, about the out of sight, out of mind, because that was one of the things that really stuck out to me too, you know. I'm going to say this really bluntly, but not like an a-hole. I feel that the majority of people in the world, we kind of like scoop all the crap and sweep it under the rug, you know what I mean? And it's out of sight, out of mind, right? But at what point does it build up enough to where we physically and visibly see it? And at that point, it's going to be too late. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to applaud Raven for, you know, organizing this chat today to bring awareness to it and, you know, further discuss it out, and also, you know, come up with ways that we can make these changes and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely that out of sight, out of mind, that was ridiculous. To go along with the whole coral talk, the whole documentary, I was watching this other video on Facebook the other day where this guy was collecting trash at the bottom of the ocean. Like, he was just scuba diving, and he was like, what is all this crap? And there was like a bunch of bottles and plastic bags and all this crap, and I'm just like, holy crap, like you have no idea, because we're not down there, you know what I mean?
There's a mass somewhere. There's a mass of trash floating. I can't remember what it's called or where it is, but
Trash Island or something.
It's an island.
Isn't it New York or something that it floats around?
Of course it's New York. Of course.
Yeah, I think it's one of those major cities on the coast.
Well, and I mean, the out of sight, out of mind thing too, like just like landfills. We dig holes and fill it with trash and then cover it with land and then drive over top of it and just be like, oh no, these are just hills. Like,
look at how beautiful my neighborhood is.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They just sweep it under the rug, you know, they sweep it under the rug, and, you know, in the beginning it's like, okay, you know, it's taken care of, you know what I mean?
Well,
but like, how much can you sweep under the rug until it starts to, you know what I mean? And by the time we actually notice, it's going to be too late. So, we're, you know, got to make a change now.
Advertising thing, how like if it with advertisement, you know what I mean, you can change something incredibly quick, but it's the fact that advertisement nowadays isn't for public service. It's not to tell you what's good for you. It's not to tell you what you need. You think it is. We still perceive it that way, as they're telling us what's good for us and telling us what we need, but they're trying to sell us something. That's all it is. And there's not profit to be made for these people off of cleaning up the ocean. And I think that's why there's not anything backing advertisement to get the word out about stuff like this, is because there's not money to be made. There's work to be done. And people hear that and they're like, oh, like,
exactly. I work in marketing. So I know what it takes to, you know, just to get one commercial out, or to do one Facebook post or some sort of social media post. It has to go and be touched by at least 4 different departments. Sometimes it's not the first run. It's like the 3rd or 4th time that I actually like presented them something. They got to check with the lawyers. They got to check with compliance. They got to check with this. They got to check with that. It is exhausting. And the amount of energy that's spent just to get that one thing. There are so many banks of data to decide who's going to see what at what, like this age group, with brown hair and brown eyes. Oh, it's not. And it's not.
Filtered and censored, and
it is specified. You are targeted to see what even if you're going to scroll through your Facebook, you think Big Brother doesn't exist? Facebook is a big one.
Oh my gosh, that's gross. Literally, guys, if you haven't noticed, have conversations. Like not online, out loud talking with your mouth, with your family, with your significant other, and then later it's in your news feed, ads for it. Zero shoes. I had this exact experience with Zero shoes. I was talking to my man about them, and I had never seen them before. I saw them in someone's YouTube video, and that night there was an ad for them in my news feed on my Facebook, and I'm like, what?
You're like, what?
Yeah,
well, you know, all these sites, Google, Facebook, all of these sites, they sell all the information. Everything you search, everything you like, everything you comment on, they sell all of that information to outside parties, and they just sell it to each other and sell it to each other, sell it to each other. And that's how they get, every time you like, all the suggestions on your pages as to the videos that pop up. If somebody shares something that seems to pique the interest, they show you that, They want you to see that, so you'll buy it. But anyway, whatever. That's a scary dinosaur. We don't want to get into
a
right
scary dark hole that we would go to. I've been in training, not full training, but graze the surface of Google Analytics, so I can see who comes onto our website, how you clicked, if you came from an email, if you came from social media, what country you're in, what zip code you're in, what family dynamic you are. Like, I can see all of that stuff, and I don't even know your name.
And that's what's so twisted about all of it. The technology is there. Like, they could get the word out about stuff like this. They could.
The technology is there to actually make a fucking difference.
But that's not
difference.
What they want to use it for.
Exactly.
So that's why we're here, to tell you guys about the gross thing that they're doing to the earth.
Do you want me to unplug this, Josh, so you can hear?
I saw Joshy Poo. I saw Joshy Poo there. Hello.
I know he was there. I was talking. I'm sorry. Hey, Josh.
He's just hanging.
Come back. We need you to come back for a second.
Yeah, come back so we can all say hello. We were in the middle of a heat
encore.
There he is. Hello.
Well, if you guys haven't guessed, obviously Chasing Coral is about chasing coral. They also did another thing called Chasing Ice when they were talking about, global warming and, the polar ice caps melting and all this other stuff that goes on with that. And I was in a Christian way back when that came out. And then now I'm seeing it in a different way. I've always been earth connected, but I had friends in the church that was just like, global warming's not a thing. Like, how can you even believe that? That's the devil, Yvonne. Like, how in the world can you even buy into all that crap? Okay, let me tell you that this documentary was, because there are people out there in the world that don't believe that global warming is a thing. Chasing Coral has to do with coral bleaching. What is it? What was it like 70% of the coral in the world is now been bleached? 70% of the entire Earth's coral has been bleached. What that means, and what the documentary meant for me, is I learned that coral is not a plant. I was thinking it was a plant. They feed off of plants, but it is an actual animal. Didn't know that. I was like, and then once I knew that, I just started crying. And it was devastating to me, because not only do I pick up pieces of coral and have them on my altar, for Aphrodite, or I, display them in my house, I'm displaying skeletons, basically, is what's happening. So it's the same thing as if I have a skull of a raven or a bobcat or any of those other things, still drawing from those energies. But the fact of the matter is that this coral didn't make it. And why did it not make it? Because the ocean temperature raised at least 3 degrees. 3 degrees. Why that's really effective for everybody else, and why people should pay attention, is because an entire ecosystem is about to fall. should we do nothing? And I truly feel that silence is acceptance. I just am like, if something's not going your way and somebody's picking on you and you don't say anything, you're just sort of accepting that to happen. You're not doing anything to change it. You're not telling somebody, well, hey, I need help with this situation. You have got to speak up in order to create change. You cannot just sit there and meditate or pray and hope that it's going to go away, because these coral, these animals are dying because of us. We're the ones that did it. And our forefathers
died. That guy that was talking about, if you have coral, you can have coral in a tank, and it will, if it dies, it's because of you. Because what did he? Was it coral and jellyfish?
Coral and jellyfish have
basically immortal.
Yeah, they're immortal. They have no life expectancy. So we are killing immortals.
How is that okay?
The literal immortals of the sea that literally should not even be able to die are dying.
Mm-hmm. They're dying. And you know, there's so many of us. I'm over here trying to look at the chat. I said that I wasn't going to, but I'm like, hello.
And I'm like too involved in the chat. I'm like, we're watching.
You're all up in this chat. Boy, it's flying past right now. It's just like flying. This is why I can't read your comments right here. This is I can't read.
Hi, chat.
Hello, chat.
Hi, chat.
You know, I want to somehow apologize for how deep the subject is, but I can't. I can't, because for me to like, oh, I'm sorry that you're in pain, you know, to watch this thing, or I am encouraging you to basically go on Netflix right now, this week, sometime soon, and watch this thing that's going to break your heart in order to open your eyes. I'm doing it because I feel that sometimes we got to be like smacked upside the head in order to feel. We got so much crap weighing us down on the daily that we got blinders on. We don't even see the little things. And this is a little thing because it's out of sight, out of mind, but it's huge. The oceans affect the weather. I can't even tell you how many different structures, you know, as far as, you know, industry is concerned, you know what I mean? Fishing and all this other stuff. I'm the worst at facts. I am the worst.
Well, and the
Somebody else please come in, because I just get too emotional.
Well, okay, where it talked about the coral creating its own food, right? And creating its own everything. So it's almost in and of itself a self-sufficient ecosystem, as long as the environment around it is correct. So just to put it into perspective, this is a self-sufficient ecosystem that is dying. We are not self-sufficient. We rely on other resources. So if the self-sufficient creatures are going, what does that say about us?
It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time for us.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm even going to go out there, and I think sometimes we deserve it. I'm going to say it.
I mean, the bottom line is, and I've always told people this, you know, Mama Earth, she's everything. You know, she's what you live on. She's what she's where you get your food. She's everything. Before she goes, we will go.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're extendable. Like, there's more where we came from, you know?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the bottom line is, you know, what do they say? When you hurt others, you hurt yourself, you know? All we're doing is hurting ourselves, you know? But it's pretty crazy, you know? And I really like how Luna brought up that idea, you know, that, you know, we are basically the source of these immortal beings, because that's what they are, dying in the ocean. And it's also kind of crazy because, you know, like Noah, I knew about the coral reefs dying. I didn't know how gruesome it was, and to the effect of that. Let's just take a minute to explain what bleaching is, okay? So corals have plants inside of them, basically, okay? So these plants, like we mentioned before, create their food. Okay, so they photosynthesize, the plants photosynthesize, and that's how the coral get their food. Okay, now bleaching is like we said, when the water temperature gets up just 3 degrees, it's too hot for coral to live. So basically they get a fever, right? You know, they're sick. So like any other living being, they purge whatever is not supposed to be inside of them. So they're thinking, we need to purge whatever's making us ill, right? So they're purging all of the plants, the plant molecules, whatever you want to call them, that are inside of them, causing their color to go completely white. So all you see is the skeleton, right? They're basically starving themselves to death. They're getting rid of the factory that is inside of them that is feeding them. They're starving themselves to death. So they're not just dying, they're making themselves suffer, you know, and that's just, it's heart-wrenching. And to see it watched in a sped up time frame on camera, you know, kind of makes it way more real for you, you know?
Well, I mean, I really applaud these people for doing this because they know, you know, the naysayers out there. And so they dedicated 3 years of their lives to go to these actual sites and photograph basically, you know, the entire process, which had to have been horrible. I mean, just horrible.
Poor little coral nerd. I
know the coral nerd.
He was so enthusiastic and so all about it and loved it. And you could see the passion in his eyes when he talked about coral. And like when it first showed him and he started talking about coral, I was like, you know what? I might kind of like coral now. Like he was super into it. And you watched him watch his passion shrivel up and die in front of his eyes, and he had to document it and photograph it. Like he had to go into this ecosystem of what he had based all of these years of studies on and witness it and document it. And like to see, even if you don't care about coral at all, to empathize with another human being and watch someone care so much about something and then just watch it diminish literally in a very short amount of time. That's
a matter of months.
Affecting.
A matter of months.
Yeah, it's not even like, oh, well, in a few years. No, this is a very widespread,
super quick,
very quick event, and it's widespread. It's all over the world.
And what about the fluorescing?
That was just like, that's when the sobbing for me, like I was like a little teary here and there. But then when I like it hit me, it's like they explained it, but then they just like did a little recap, and then it's like, ding, like I got it, like, oh my God, this fluorescing that's happening is basically the last stitch effort of the coral. It's like, look at me, look at me, help me, I'm starving. And like I don't know what else to do. And so they turn all these gorgeous colors, and to the outside person, they're just like, oh,
to
look
us,
at
it's
how
like,
beautiful.
wow, yeah.
But it's a cry for help. It's just, wow.
And it's naive of us to think that that's accidental, because this is such an advanced creature that, you know, there's got to be reason behind it, and that's got to be it. That's got to be the reason why it goes so bright right before that happens.
I just got to say something. I've been watching how many people are like watching us, and we started off with like 10. We went up to like 47, and then now we're down to 37. We just lost 10 people because they didn't want to feel. I'm just going to say that. They just,
I kind of want to break
too hard. Too hard to care.
I kind of want to break down the process a little bit more. So you were saying, you know, all the effort they put into putting this film together, right? So when they started with these cameras and they like really anchored them into, you know, the sea floor to take how many pictures was it? I mean, like rapid every second, so many pictures.
Oh, yeah.
And when they went back after, I think it was like a month span, they went back to go take the cameras out and get all the pictures that were taken, and they were all unfocused. They couldn't use none of that documentation. So at that point, they had to take it to the next step and physically go down there every single day all day long, several days straight for so many hours a day. I mean, can you imagine having to dive all the way down there and get in the same exact position to take those pictures every single day so that you can have, you know, what it looks like over time? And the thing that really struck me about the coral nerd is like how emotional he was. Like, he was crying. He was crying.
He was
And when
crying.
it came to doing the presentation, they had to tell him like, you can't cry. You have to be professional. And he went up there. I'm already getting the chills. He went up there and was showing those pictures, and he showed like what it looked like before, and then the bleaching, and then after, and then he went back to the very beginning picture, and then the last picture when it's like dead and rotted. It was just like, then people started crying. It was like really, I don't know. It was really emotional. Very. I mean, if you don't wake up after watching this video, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. And I want to say again, thank you, Raven, for making this, you know, bringing us together like this, because this is the culture side of witchcraft that nobody talks about. Everybody is always talking about spells and rituals and potions and this and that, but we don't talk about the earth. We don't talk about nature, and we should be. And that's why I'm so proud to be a part of this collaboration right now. You know, taking one element at a time and talking about how we feel about it and just different things that pop up. And water, this was a perfect start, you know. So to talk about water, you know, it's in the beginning of that film, they talk about how, like, you know, we're so focused on like outer space and looking at the aliens out in space, but like there's an alien, you know, race underwater that we don't even know about, you know. And that just like was another thing that struck me, that we're so focused on what's out up there, and when we have what's down here, like we put that much money and time and focus into, you know, the water that we do in space, I think this world will be a completely different place, you know. And I do see these articles on Facebook that say, you know, they're trying to see about making life on another planet. Well, why don't they fix a life here first, you know? And
you know, it's not over. It's not over. That's the whole reason, you know, why I mean, not the whole reason, part of the reason. It's like, I'm bringing it to you. I feel like as a witch, how do we celebrate Mother Gaia, Bridget, whomever you're, you know, connecting with? How do you celebrate and connect with that person or that deity? You know what I mean? And as a witch, you're dealing with the elements, and then you turn a blind eye to all the stuff that's happening to what you're basically worshiping. You're basically like, it's really okay for you for all of these things to really happen, because I guess it's temporary and you're only going to be here for, you know, a certain amount of time. But what about your grandchildren? Like, I just have a grandbaby, a little baby girl that's 9 months old. What's going to be here for her? What I grew up with, what I saw, you know, when I was just in Grand Cayman, we were in a submarine, and we got to go to like the shelf, you know, where it goes down into the abyss, you know, and got to see a nighttime submarine thing or whatever. And I got to look at the bottom of the sea, you know what I mean? And I felt spiritually connected to what I was seeing. You know, I there's no way that you can't, if you're alive at all. It's just like, but what's going to be there for her? And now watching this documentary, what I was seeing was so pretty before was really a wake-up call. It's like, oh my God. And it's that far down. I was 104 feet down, and then right to the edge of the shelf. We can't be complacent any longer. Not as witches. Can't.
No,
okay, so my opinion, coming from a witch's perspective, you know, tons of people come to me each day asking me, how do I connect? You know, how do I make that connection between me and the earth to tap into these energies and just overall, you know, just walk one in, you know, with nature? That is, you know, connecting with nature is like connecting with another person. How do you do that? You talk to them, you get to know them, you work with each other, you help each other, and you live with each other. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with earth. And that's why I said, like, the culture side of witchcraft isn't talked about enough. You know, everybody's so focused on, like I said, casting the spells and, you know, benefiting them when it should be both. You know what I mean? And if you want to connect, then help. You know, watch these things, build up your knowledge base on these things, and make these changes, make lifestyle changes. It doesn't have to be drastic changes. You don't have to become vegan. You don't have to be a tree hugger. Make subtle changes. Just start with something. I mean, it's like a ripple effect. You just, you know, drop and it just expand over time.
Because it's pretty nice. I'm just saying.
What was
I
that?
tried what?
Tree hugging?
I said, have you tried to hug a tree? Because
Oh.
it's pretty nice.
I know. I was
saying.
actually thinking the same thing. You might enjoy it. It's kind of good.
Well, and all I want to say about that is if you're going to have representations of these elements on your altar and ask them to protect you, maybe you should think about trying to protect them too.
Oh, she just pulled it out.
Preach.
Just said it.
Mike, we're done.
We're done. Mic drop. We're out. End scene.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's like, I don't know. It's like, help me. But I don't have time for your problems. You know?
Yeah.
Dude.
Don't be one of those people.
And
Don't be
then
that
you're
guy.
like, I can't connect to the elements. Well, I wonder why.
Well,
Well, alrighty then. Oh gosh.
There's like layers of trash between you and the actual Earth.
I was just watching a video the other day, or I think it was this morning. Brujo Luis. I can't say the whole thing because I wasn't taught proper Spanish. However, no, I know you know his name. Help me, Luis. I know. I see him reading.
Sancista Brujo Luis.
Thank you. He was just saying. Thank you. He was just saying. He's like, there are various people that go and they harvest from nature. I harvest from my garden, but I also harvest from nature. People that will take rainwater, people that will do, all different kinds of things. And I'm expanding on this a little bit, but it's like they don't leave an offering. I generally leave an offering of singing, so I'll give my voice, or I'll give, food, or I was taught very young, if I was going to go pick that sage up on the mountain, then you drop some tobacco down. It's just something, that you do, but you have to give some sort of offering. This is my offering to the ocean. This right here. One of the big things, if you go on to chasingcoral.com, which is where I'm going to direct you first. Actually, no, I'm going to direct you there second, because I want you to go to netflix.com and go watch. And it's called, in the trending now section, you'll see Chasing Coral. And sure enough, it's an hour and a half of your time. It's very well spent. You're going to have a total different understanding of coral than you did before. And then if you go onto their website, there's this little thing that you can download, which is called Chasing Coral Act. And it tells you all the different ways on how you can act on this bad boy. And there's like a quick start guide. I don't know if you can see it, and I'm not sure if it's turned around for you. Is it reversed? Okay.
That's good.
All right, so you can see it. So this is the gentleman here, and I just wanted to read this because it's not too late for coral reefs. Indeed, many other ecosystems that are facing challenges from climate change, it is still possible to reduce the rate which climate is changing, and that's within our power today. That is within your power. So you, as a witch that's listening to this, and I know that we're back up to 37, we went down to 30 people. We went down to 30.
Wow.
I am saying this so passionately because after you force yourself to be uncomfortable, to allow some of this stuff to come in, because if you are a friend on Facebook and you're going through a hard time and you're asking for prayers and you're asking for positive energy, and you have your friends that rally around you to help you through that thing, I want you as a witch, as somebody who's working with the elements, to understand that these animals are crying out. Look at what we did to the polar bears. You got polar bears swimming for hundreds of miles before they can even stop swimming so they could possibly eat. I mean, and we did that. At some point, we have to take acceptance.
And it's really interesting too to think about chasing glaciers or chasing ice. I didn't see that one, but it's really interesting to think that people were still denying it even then, that this was happening. Even though the glaciers were melting.
10 years ago?
And this is something that I think, like, okay, what's your excuse now?
Yeah.
What's your excuse now? How are you going to disprove this now? you know,
That's
because
what I'm talking about. You know, what is it going to take for you to notice? What is it going to take for you to make that change? And like I said earlier in the beginning, we can only sweep it under the rug for so long before it starts to build up. And by that time we actually notice and are like, you know, damn, I need to do something. It's going to be too late. That's why we're doing this now, you know. And after watching this video, I hope that you do make some sort of change. And if you don't, then shame on you. Shame on you.
Well, and there was that part where when they were documenting at one point, they were diving off of the floating restaurant.
Oh
And
my God.
he comes up out of the water.
that's what
Now,
push everybody in. Like,
for real, this dude, picture yourself now. Granted, you may be on vacation, whatever. If I am anywhere and a dude comes up out the water in a scuba suit and goes waddling by, I'm gonna be like, what are you? Hey, what are you doing? Like,
what's going on?
Kind of conversation. This dude walks by every bit of 70 to 100 people on this restaurant boat thing, and they're all just drinking and partying and having a good time. And it really, that particular part really captured the fact that people are just complacent. Nobody's paying attention. We're just kind of distracted and caught up in our own lives, and we don't have time for it. And there's too many other things going on to focus on that. And it's like literally watching a man in a scuba suit walk by that many people and not a single person even give him a questionable glance. Yeah, they're on the water. You know what I mean? But it'd be, why? Like,
okay,
what is
but
he
even
doing?
besides the scuba suit, like he was carrying all kinds of equipment that is
Yeah,
not scuba equipment. Like, what you carrying that giant camera around for?
I mean, yeah, like you're gonna think something, but the fact that all those people would just
all with really bad dance moves, may I add. All with like it was just kind of like I
like,
don't know if they were doing the Bernie or what the heck was going on, but it was bad.
you're not gonna help save the world and you can't dance. Like, come on.
Like, really?
You can only fail at so much.
That's a button. That's a button. That's a button.
You can only fail at so much.
One job to dance while drunk. You can do that? Wow. Wow. Okay, well, okay, we can go on forever, and I don't want to do that to everybody because already it's a super heavy topic, but yes, I have decided to do this. Now, I know, granted, not everybody has a public forum like this that they could do it. I'm making myself very uncomfortable. I have risked my friendship with these beautiful people to go make them watch this thing, but I knew that they were going to, like, their heartstrings were going to be pulled, and I knew that if I Care Bear stared enough at them, they would do it. And sure enough, they did. And hopefully I've brought something for them. Now, I will tell you that, yeah, sure, they're looking for donations. Doesn't mean that you have to donate monetarily. You can donate with time. I don't have it right now to donate monetarily to this cause, but one of the things that they suggest that you do is go and try to get 5 people to watch this documentary. 5, just to spread awareness. And that is my goal right now for everybody. Now, granted, I'm hoping for a hell of a lot more than 5. I know right now that I've already exceeded my goal because I already had 7 people watch it. So I guess I'm good, and I could check that off, but I'm not going to stop there because
I mean,
I have a
there's
connection.
4. You had 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4.
and Josh 4.
Plus Josh.
Yeah. So you
I've
know
already
you
got-
at least have 4.
I got 3 gals at work of like, I'm good. And then Bear, of course, as well. But that's something that you can do. So I have created this little giveaway. I've got some things that are, there's 2 things that are, still coming. One, the Sunshine Morning Ray, I have bought one of her gorgeous poppet pens that she made sea themed for me for this thing. So it has a gorgeous, like it has a seahorse bead and a starfish and all this stuff. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like she does some exquisite work. Like she really does some pretty awesome stuff. Okay, and then on top of that, there's also a necklace or a bauble that's coming that actually has some gorgeous blue water starfish shells and stuff like that that you can like take the ocean with you if you want to wear that as a pendant around. That is coming. On top of that, I've got 3 little votive candles that I was at Pier 1 Imports, trying to find fall wherever I can. Trying to find that fall. But I found these little sea votive candles, and oh my gosh, this one's called Oceans, and it smells amazing. So this is part of it. Then there's seagrass. You guys see that?
For a grade.
Seagrass is amazing.
Yeah.
Who said that?
I don't know, somebody, but it is.
Athena? Athena's a teacher. Was it Athena?
Athena, yeah.
Okay,
It
Athena
is.
says that if she's going to watch it, and if it looks like something that she can show to her class, she's gonna sign it as a
grade.
Yes,
for
there's
grade,
it's
yeah.
by National Geographic. You should have no problem, none whatsoever. So National Geographic is backing this. Okay. Votive number 3 is called Sea Air, and let me tell you, I'm a little obsessed with sea air. This may or may not be in the box. That's what I'm just going to tell you right now. On top of that, so we've got those other 2 items that are still coming, these 3 votives, and then I found this little clam tea light holder. Is this not adorable?
It's really
It's a little clammy. I know, it's so cute. So I have that. Then I have the mermaid and dolphin oracle deck, which is coming.
Ah.
Now the piece of resistance. Okay, I was telling Noah about this. He's like, "Oh my God, that sounds badass! Like I gotta know what it is." Okay, so in this little box there is. It's like mine. Okay, it is the Ocean Wave Nightlight projector and music
No
player.
way.
Yes. So what this thing does, I didn't want to take it out because I didn't want to like ruin the box or anything. I don't know if you can see this like little dilly bob here. So this is what the unit looks like. So not only does it play music, ocean sounds, and things like that, but it will project the water onto your ceiling. So it's like you're just like underwater, like you're like under
really
the
neat.
sea.
I love that, like
Under the sea.
the veiny reflections and stuff.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
And it changes color, and it's like so awesome. So that is the giveaway.
So whoever wins it
What
can
do
gift it to me. I'll totally take it.
what you can do in order to be entered into said giveaway, all of the instructions are in the description box of this chat. Share it, do whatever you got to do. But most important, number 1, you have to do these 4 steps. Number 1, watch the damn documentary. I ain't here for my health. Watch the damn documentary, okay? It's an hour and a half. I'm not here for my health. Anyhow, okay, so if I was here for my health, my ass would be downstairs in that chair, half asleep right now on the 2nd glass of wine. But it's not. I'm drinking water with you fine people. Here we go. All right, so number 1, watch the damn documentary. Number 2, join the campaign. You go to the website, chasingcoral.com. There's a spot there where you can join the campaign. You put in your email address, and they'll update you on current information. And you've been added to a list to save the coral, basically. You don't have to give anything unless you want to give anything. That's number 2. Okay, number 3, share on Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag 4ElementsSave, all capitalized, save coral. Because we are the 4 elements trying to save coral. So I didn't come up with anything, inventive in regards to that. Although this was like my 4th or 5th try in trying to come up with that hashtag. So it's like, I'm not Random Witch. Sorry. I don't know what to do. So hashtag the number 4 elements save, all caps, coral. So, and then also tag me, please, because I got a lot going on, so I will be sure to actually see it. Should you actually tag my name in it? So basically, that's what you need to do. So you can go onto the website. You can download this little document here, which is called Chasing Coral Act. It gives you different ways on how you can get in and, make a change. It talks about basically sharing the visual evidence with everybody, and it talks about, the 5 people trying to share it. You can also become an ambassador by expanding the reach of Chasing Coral by becoming a local ambassador for future screenings. So if you're out there and you have access to somebody who has a movie theater, Noah, I am reaching out to Alamo Drafthouse big time for this.
Yeah.
Yay. So Alamo
love that
Drafthouse,
place.
get ready, because I'm coming for you.
I'm
but anyhow,
coming.
so you can request showings in your area so that you can reach out to your government. You can commit to individual action. You can join local efforts. I mean, there are things that you can do. Basically, share. Keep talking about it. Don't let it die. And five days from now, nobody's talking about it. Don't let it die, because when you did, you just let I don't know how many feet of coral just die along with it.
It's hashtag 4 elements save coral, right?
4 elements, capital SAVE. I had to learn how to spell. Hold on. Save coral. Yes.
Okay, I shared it.
Okay.
No, somebody was asking. Sorry, I typed it out in the chat.
We already have one person who, before this live chat, decided that they were going to follow all of those steps and did it. So Miss Tammy Rivers, I believe is her name. You are getting double entry because you were the first one to do it way before even the live cast.
Yay!
So yes, good for you.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
Digging the enthusiasm.
Now, I just showed you all these wonderful gifts, right? There's 2 of these fancy things in my house because I have 2 YouTube channels. I have a travel channel with my husband where we go around and do things. And so there's going to be a second giveaway. And let me tell you why. Because when we were in Grand Cayman, we met one of his pirate friends. My husband's a pirate. If you don't know this, you're on the wrong channel and I can't
If you
explain all
don't know
this.
you've been under a rock.
Exactly. You've been under a rock. You've been under a rock. We met a marine biologist who is also a pirate by day and does fancy things. But he actually is in Grand Cayman, and he is reseeding the coral and has students coming from all over the world to help him reseed the coral all around Grand Cayman or the Cayman Islands. And so Bear and I have really been, thinking about things, and obviously we've got health issues and stuff going on right now, and there's, when our actual move is kind of up in the air right now, but we're thinking in the interim, we're going to throw everything into storage. We're going to take our cats and we're going to go to Grand Cayman for 3 to 6 months, and we are going to volunteer our time reseeding coral. So that's how much this means to me.
I volunteer as tribute. I'm going to.
Right?
You volunteer as tribute. Absolutely. You guys are welcome.
Oh, I love. I would legit go for like a week and just like do whatever I can. I mean, for me, the swim down there wouldn't be that far.
You'd be like, put your toe in the water. You're in.
I helped.
I love it.
I think it's also important to mention here, though, too, like, even if you can't, or even if you feel like you're not making a huge impact on social media or getting the word out about the movie itself, you can always do just the little everyday things that will help. It's important here to think that everything's connected, including everything that involves your carbon footprint. So if you have the opportunity to walk instead of drive the car to the corner store, that's always better. Or even, recycling, sign up for a recycling.
I'm in Florida. It is 95 damn degrees.
You can't say nothing. Listen here, Joshy.
Josh, shower with a friend. Shower with a friend.
It is 101
Save water.
here. Is what I say to you.
Yvonne, listen, you have
Conserve water. Shower with a friend.
There you go. Right.
I have a little battery opera fan and a freaking water bottle. I just like squirt myself as I'm walking.
Oh. It's hot here, but
It's ridiculous. The humidity's the worst. Like, it could be a nice sunny day and it could be 95. It's fine, but that humidity, I'm about to have a stroke. Like,
I am trying to move to the north. I now have a heart condition living here in Texas. There's so much Gold Bond powder that can cover these babies. Like, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh goodness. But yeah, you know, and even picking up trash, like, you know, Josh thinks it's funny because, you know, Finn, I just posted a love mail video, and Finn, who's becoming a very good friend of mine, gave me a mesh bag for shelling, and you know,
I saw this video. That was really cool.
yeah,
love it.
and that bag not only serves as a shelling bag, but I also put my trash in it, and like if I walk on the beach and I find trash, that also goes in it. And I'll be like, okay, I gotta go to the dumpster real quick, and I'm like unloading this bag. Or if we take a beach bag, I'll sneak trash in under the, like, if we find trash on the beach, I'll sneak trash in the bag. And Josh is like, really? I'm like, I didn't have a trash bag. It works, okay?
It's true. It's true. I mean, you know what? That was one of the biggest heart-wrenching things. You know, Luna, you touched on something like going on vacation and getting up really early to go beachcombing. I would do that. And, you know, the first day that I was there, you know what I actually got? I got a beer washed up. I beachcomb a damn beer. Like, it had the thing still on it or whatever, and I stuck it in the fridge, and Bear thought that was hilarious.
That broken beer bottle.
Oh yeah, we did. The local beach here, we actually found a broken beach
I thought
bottle.
it was a shell, and I reached down, and it was a
bottle.
broken beer bottle.
Yeah. That was the day I got pissed off pretty
It was
quickly.
ridiculous.
I was like, are you fucking serious?
Or like,
it's a good thing this water's fucking clear.
or like the tourisms. What is it called? Tourists. They're really bad too. They come into our beach and they just leave trash. Like we pay somebody to clean it up. Like, we'll go at night and like we'll find styrofoam cups and like, for some reason, a lot of lunch baggies, like they're bringing lunch to the beach and they're just throwing on the ground. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't come to your front yard leaving trash. Don't leave in my backyard.
No, there was tons of trash all over the beach. And so it was hard. That was hard for me. And then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if I looked at myself on a map right now, Grand Cayman, you can't really see, like, you really got to like woof in a couple of times on Google Maps in order to even see Grand Cayman. It's like, wow. So they said that a lot of the trash and the way the current runs, a lot of it is coming from Jamaica. And I'm like, well, wow.
That makes sense.
All right. But it's sad. I mean, things like that. I mean, I know that I get made fun of it too, Nate. I mean, picking up stuff. There's a Bear is a germaphobe. He don't want me to touch no trash ever. Not even the trash can in my own house. We have written on the thing, please use
down.
the foot.
Throw it away.
Like, please use the foot, because he doesn't want anybody to like touch the
You know
trash
what we
can.
should do?
He'll yell at you to wash your
make
hands.
those sticks that have like the sharp objects, so when people go like night walking or on vacations, they can get a stick and they can pick up trash by like that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And neat.
Make some for ourselves.
We can paint it and then like write on it like chasing coral or something.
That'd be
cool.
Yes. Look, Josh just started his own nonprofit. You heard it here, folks.
If you guys need autographs, I'm in Florida now, not in Ohio.
Nathan, now the sticks need a little bit of weight, so make sure you just fasten on a little hagstone on there, you know? I mean, just a thought. Innovation.
No, I haven't shown everybody. I need to get them all together and take a picture. He and Raven and, oh my gosh, Yvonne. Oh
What?
my God. Listen.
What?
You want to talk? Hold on,
Has he
wait.
seen
You
the
want to
one?
talk about giant hagstones? Let me tell you something. St. Pete, the town north of us, okay? A friend was driving us through and showing us.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
A friend was driving us downtown, showing us the downtown area and how nice it is and everything else. And I look out the window, and I kid you not, on the corner of a walk, like a
Sidewalk.
not sidewalk, crosswalk, whatever, giant, like humongous hagstone, like bigger than a 50-inch TV screen.
Did you put it in the car?
Holy cannoli. Is it in the car?
And I was like, Josh, stop the car! Stop the car! I need a picture. He's like, Nathan, the traffic. I was like, I don't care. I didn't yet, but I will.
Listen,
I will.
if I had a hitch in the back of my car and some chains in the back, you probably would ask me to drug it home.
I would have. Sorry, St. Pete. This is mine now.
Has he seen the cool one that stands up? That's like U-shaped that stands up perfectly.
Oh, I don't know. I need to get them all together, but I find them. Listen,
They're constantly. They're everywhere, like everywhere in the ocean down here.
mm-hmm.
We'll have to give some out.
I was really worried because the Gulf doesn't have as big waves, and but it still brings stuff in. So I'm like, yeah, treasure.
Yes.
Yes, I think I only found 2, if not 3. No, I found a few, but Bear was very excited about that huge hagstone. And I'm telling you,
that was amazing.
let me tell you, customs. Boy, trying to get that thing through. First of all, we came in through Newark. So we came in through Newark. And so they thought that this was a statue that could have had drugs in it. And my husband looking the way that he does. And I have a teenager that looks like this. And then I was trying not to be seen with us.
Open your eyes.
Oh, God. And so they have to like undo the whole thing, and they're like unwrapping it. There's sand going everywhere, and apparently sand is illegal to bring back into the States. And so we so they took my sand, they took everything, and they're just like, what is this and what is this? And then Bear like telling them the story of the hagstone. In fact, he told them about you. Like, my friend has hagstones, and I want to show him that I found a bigger one than he had. And there was all kinds.
So he has the hagstone, right?
Oh yeah. Finally,
Okay.
so they pack that thing back up, and they're like, okay.
I bet he would be like, bye guys, I'm staying here. They're gonna take this. I'll mail you guys a postcard once in a while.
I'll swim.
Well, I'm already annoyed with Bear anyhow because he has a ring on like every finger and sometimes like double rings, and Noah will attest to this. It's like dripping, like he's so gaudy. And then I'm like, he already has the legs, so they already think he's hiding drugs in that. And then the beard with the skull beads and everything else. It's just like, so we're like, customs. Like we need like an extra hour just to get Bear through customs. And then he brings a knife. He has a knife with him, and I'm like looking at him like, what are you doing? Why do you complicate my life? You wonder why I have heart problems. You're giving me anxiety. I'm like, take out your rings, leave it at home. What do you need this stuff for? And so he's like with this box, and then he has like a backpack that he's going to carry all this stuff in. And so sure enough, he's literally, mucking it across the border. I'm like, this hagstone means that much to you. He's like, I'm going to show Nate. I got a big ass hagstone, yo. I'm like,
oh gosh, listen, I wanted to stop the car that day so bad. It's a good thing I wasn't driving because I probably would have lost my life. I need a picture of that, and you know what? Maybe this weekend we should go. We should drive up there. We have to pay like a $4 toll, like there and back, just to get over, because otherwise it takes like an hour to go around the bay. Over this giant, like, it's called the Skyway Bridge. So we go over that to get there. But I might just go up there just so I can take a picture of that thing because I needs it.
Maybe with you like laying on it like this, with candles like this.
I could lay inside of it. I could drape myself inside of it. That's how big it is.
That's the back scene. That's the setting for your next music video, Nate. Do it.
Dance in and out of it, like.
Which hole am I coming out of?
Like, if I'm the hagstone hunter, Josh is the stingray magnet.
Like,
are you serious? Oh man, that's scary.
I've never seen a stingray in the wild in my life.
Really? They're actually really docile. They really are. They're very
They love me. They love all my sweetness.
Nathan, Autumn said, "Why didn't we go the week I was visiting?"
Busted.
Next time.
Is she on here?
Watching.
Can we get a break from you, lady?
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to look at this chat. I can't even. People, I love you. Just know I just love you. Please forgive me for all my faults.
I was trying to read some of them off, but
Oh my gosh.
Well, I guess should we ask? I mean, are there any questions? I mean, throwing that out there. If you have questions,
there was
put
one.
them in all
There was
caps so
one
we can
on
easily
here.
see.
It went down like 3 miles.
Well, hold on. There was one on here. She said she lives on the Outer Banks or something, and she like goes to the Outer Banks. I forget what it was she said. She lives out in the woods, basically. And I'm thinking, I know your pain, honey. I used to live out in the woods too. But she goes somewhere, and I forget what she said.
Oh, speaking of in the woods and inland, it's also important to think.
Because she said she wanted to help, but she wasn't like, I don't know. There should be comments.
Okay. Well,
She wants to help, but she doesn't know how to help from the woods. You don't have to be by the ocean. You just need to share.
No. Think about it this way. Again, all bodies of water are connected.
Yeah.
You know, so think of your local river or your local lake or your local stream even. If you keep that clean, or if you want to, you know, work with the nature spirits there and, you know, assist them in keeping the area clean and nice, you know, you're helping the ocean in effect, you know? Direct effect,
Maybe I read
really.
it wrong. That's a phrase right there, Kelly. You may have read it wrong. I may have read it wrong. I thought she was asking like what she can do,
Oh.
but I didn't finish it because you had messages coming in, and I didn't get to finish reading it. So I didn't read all of it.
Okay, she said she's going to look into holding a viewing of the movie.
Ooh!
She said,
That's a great idea.
I want to be your guys' like person that like writes back. I want to be like Wendy's, like be funny.
If you have questions, www.askjosh. I will not save Coral.
hello from Ireland.
Hello, Ireland.
Hello, Ireland. I have a hagstone from Ireland.
My man just got home and Sophie is freaking out.
I hear
She's
her.
like, Daddy.
Yeah, for real.
She's telling him all about the coral.
She's been laying over there asleep the whole time. She ain't even care. He comes home. She's like, oh.
That's how
Which,
it is.
Raven, is your shirt coral colored? Did you do
It is.
purpose?
It's a coral color. It's a coral color. You see my octopus?
I love that.
That's wonderful. I noticed that earlier and was like, did she plan this?
I did. I was going to go put my sea witch hat on because I do have one. Like, I have several witch hats. I've got a black and white one that I'm working on, and then I got a sea witch one, and then I've got Agatha, who is like older than dirt and needs to just like not be worn anymore.
Maybe she'll
What?
show it to you if you
I
ask her.
can't. It's way downstairs, and there's geeks downstairs. I can't go down there.
Geeks.
There's geeks.
Yeah.
It's Geek Wednesday. That's why on
There's
Wednesdays.
geeks from the window to the wall.
The window to the
There's
wall.
nerds down there.
There's geeks all around them fall.
He calls them geeks.
Yes.
There are geeks. They're playing Hackmaster, which is AKA Dungeons and Dragons, down yonder. So my husband, the ringmaster, we have an 11-foot table, and it is filled with geeks. I can't go down there. I can't. That's why I bring up my food and my, I've got
bet they have
water,
really good
I've got
snacks.
wine, I've got all this. I gotta I come up here and I camp.
I can't.
That's hilarious.
It's not safe. It's not safe down there. I'll get asked all kind of crazy questions, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then I go upstairs, and I'm like,
A white sheet over top of you and be like, you don't see me.
I'm just like, I would not talk to you if we were all in high school like right now.
Oh my
I was
god.
a horrible person in high school. I was. It was true. Woo. I can't.
And I'm dead.
I make them food, and then I oh, they're here. I gotta go.
Okay, here you go. Bye.
Slide them a plate of cookies and then scurry off.
I've done my duties, and I'm out. I usually sit up here if I'm not live chatting. I'm usually watching Naked and Afraid, something like that. What's happening over here?
Fabulous.
That's what I do. Ain't no shame. Ain't no shame in this game.
What?
So,
Although if they are watching, I do love each and every single one of you, and that's why I continue
I like
to make
good
that
save. Good
Well, they're
save.
definitely not watching right now.
They're not,
Maybe later
they're not
tonight.
watching right now. They're not.
did you tell Raven about my idea of the robes from Orlando?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Raven, off topic.
Oh, we're all wearing robes?
Listen, so Nathan is trying to put me into a category as a Hufflepuff.
That's what he's. That's what.
Wait, you didn't do your own. Oh, you got
You didn't do
Hufflepuff?
your own thing?
Well, he asked me the questions. But he's in the car. I was tired, so he started asking me all these questions.
That's the best time. That's when you're most honest.
So you're a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, he
And
keeps telling me I'm a Hufflepuff, and I don't like the color. So what I told him,
I don't like the colors.
So what I told him what I was going to do was I was going to take a Gryffindor robe and buy it, ship it to my aunt. She's going to take the stitching out, and I'm going to get a stitching that says Ravendor on it.
no,
Oh,
you
sweet.
understand. Do you understand that that is a real thing? I know that you think that you came up with it, but I actually have been. Okay, no, dude, there's actually a thing where you can go on and you can be. I have been in 2 different houses, so I really am a Ravendor. For you to come up with that name for me was just like wow. So you can get merchandise that is either this or that.
You lied to me. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Nathan has too many titles already. Like he has the Hagstone Hunter, the Fire Lord, and all of a sudden he's the Sorting Hat. Like that makes.
He is the Sorting
Hat.
I was on Parliament, and I was like, Josh, let's see what your house is. So I asked him all the questions. I was like, do you want to see what your house is? He was like, sure. So I asked him all the questions. And he got a Hufflepuff.
No,
well, I
okay,
think
so
that Luna is a Huffledore for sure. I think she's a Huffledore.
oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't asked yet. I haven't asked the hat.
You haven't asked.
I'm
You
nervous.
haven't
I've
done your
never talked
sorting.
to a hat. I don't know how to start the conversation.
I've never talked.
I've never talked to a hat. Well, the hat talks to you.
No,
you don't
I-
have to talk to it. You just sort of have to go, oh, okay.
It's a really awesome interrogation, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the questions that they ask really get you thinking. Like you really have to dig deep inside yourself. There we go. So I am like Raven. I'm actually a Ravendor. When I signed on many years ago, and I was sorted into Gryffindor, and then I signed on now under my my Witchy account. I'm Ravenclaw. So I'm like Ravendor. Woo!
Ravendor's rock. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's the way. People are like, why are they all of a sudden talking about Harry Potter?
Leave it to me.
Well, we're planning on going to Harry Potter World together in the spring, so that's our plan. Us four, the 4 elements take on Harry Potter World.
Someone us.
It's my birthday.
It's gone silly summer here.
So wait, are we totally doing robes? Because I need to order one then.
You can buy them there. They're
Let
really
me just tell you right now, you're gonna need a lot of fabric.
I know. It's gonna be like a shirt.
How tall is he?
He's
I'm 6'6".
yeah. He's,
Oh wow!
how
'cause-
tall was Bobby?
Well, because I'm 6'1", and when I tried that robe on, it still was kind of like it was short on me. So yeah, you're gonna need to like add. You have to get some extensions.
Y'all gonna be sweating in your robes. I'm wearing a cape. I'm not gonna
I'm with her. Let's do that. We're gonna die. But actually, no. Though, even like. Because we went around in August, and August is like the hottest around here. They keep saying.
Oh my god! I can't believe y'all went then. It was hot.
And
it was
really
hot in
wasn't-
November when I went. It was like, bleh.
It
What am I
didn't feel. It didn't feel that bad when we went to Orlando in August. It was kind of. It was muggy, but it wasn't.
It's hottest in August.
Yeah, it didn't feel that bad.
I'm hoping October will be okay because I'd like to go in October, just to go.
Well,
But
that would be a fun time to go.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm being told they don't really have seasons here, which I believe, and I'm kind of like trying to
Whatever.
prepare myself for that because I have always loved the changing of the seasons. So I'm probably going to be walking around with magnifying glass like, okay, I know something around here has to be.
I just really appreciate. I really appreciate that one of us is actually driving over there, so me and Raven can like get gallons of sand and take it home with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got my Pacific Coast sand, and I can get my other, you know.
We'll bring you some of our sand.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our
Sweet.
sand is like pure white.
Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, it's really pretty there. I can't believe that you guys' waters are clear. In California, they're not clear.
No.
Ours are brown.
Yeah, other than
She's in West
it looks blue if you look over it, but you know what's funny is that when you actually get it in a jar, it's clear. I'm like, why is it brown then?
Yeah, we
Yes.
actually have Florida actually has a lot of, I guess, freshwater springs that are like supposed to be absolutely crystal clear. So I'm like really excited to find one, which the only ones I've heard of so far are like hours away. So I'm like waiting to
Oh, I do have it. Where is it?
What is it?
I'm sorry. No, I'm reading something.
Oh,
Caffeinated Witch says there Florida has 2 seasons, hot and hotter.
right.
Well, so don't sign me up for the hotter. Like,
Good for you. Random Witch is watching Taste Coral right now
You go, girl. You go, Glen Coco. You go.
with your
I
multicolored
can't.
wonder. You go on with your.
I will send you the first stick.
No, I do. I was looking for my sand from Myrtle Beach that Athena gave me, but I can't. I'm in the dark, and I'm okay. So for 2 reasons, I'm in the dark. One, I'm lazy. The other, I'm trying to conserve energy. But I can't.
Wow.
I'm gonna knock everything over if I try to get it right now. But it's over
I
there.
was wondering, I'm like, as time has gone on, I'm like, it's getting darker and darker over there. And I'm like, I'm looking outside. I'm like, I don't really see that it's that dark over here. I'm like, you're not that far from me. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing in that dark, Noah?
I'm too lazy. The light's way over there.
It's way
Guys,
away.
I think I'm gonna have to hop off here.
Yeah,
Oh.
me
Because
too.
when my dog was barking, my man came in with my dinner, and I'm looking at it, and I ain't down for the mukbang, let y'all watch.
Oh my gosh.
Although, you know what, people, that says a lot about then how much she cares, because if this was a grilled cheese, she would have already been gone. Gone.
I can't make a grilled cheese wait.
Grilled cheese ain't wait for nobody. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you very much for having me. And you guys go watch that, because the giveaway is amazing and the message is amazing and it's very necessary. And like I said, if you're going to have the representations on your altar, you better represent.
Preach. I want to say,
Did she just go off on us?
She totally did. Totally did.
I will come to West Virginia.
Will you bring some of your clear water?
He will bring you sand and a hagstone and a stick. He will do those things.
We'll bring you some water, honey.
Thanks you. I thanks you. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
good night. I do want to say thank you again, Raven. I already thanked you like a billion times already. Thank you for organizing this and raising awareness for this topic. Thank you everybody who tuned in to watch tonight. It really meant a lot to me and to us that you guys came in to hear us out and to show that you guys actually care. And I want to take a moment to ask you guys to like this video, because that does add to the exposure of this video. If you want to help spread the word, then like this video. What happens is it adds to the overall algorithm for YouTube so that it's featured on your guys' channels and like the, not necessarily like the liked videos, but like it'll say suggested video and then boom, like we'll pop up. And so it really does add. So like when you see videos that go viral, it's because 1, people share it and 2, people like it. So please like the video. Oh wow, it jumped up like 10 already. That's amazing. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
I do want to I do want to recap on the giveaway rules. I brought them up right here so I don't miss one, just in case you guys missed it. So there's 4 ways to enter, and I'm going to read them off, okay? So number 1 is watch the full documentary on Netflix. It's called Chasing Coral. It's a Netflix original, so it should be on every Netflix account around the world. After it all sunk in, join the campaign on the website, which is found in that video. Number 3 is share it on Facebook or Instagram with hashtag 4elements save coral. If you if you need that spelling, it's in the description box already. And then number 4, tag Ravenflower in the post so she's sure to see it. There we go. So
Yay!
yeah, have at it, guys. I mean.
Oh, and the prizes again is a fancy wave machine, which is also, not only does it play wave sounds and also music, but it is a wave nightlight projector, which means that
Well, their
that's the
reflection.
little thing. But it basically is this little thing, and it projects like the waves or like the water effect on your ceiling and changes color. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Excellent for meditation. Excellent for meditation.
Meditation. I'm gonna keep that thing
Meditation.
on all the time.
You get 3 little votive candles from Pier 1, and one is called Sea Air, one is called Oceans, and the other one is Sea Grass. There is this little ceramic little clam tea light holder with a little tea light in it, super cute. There is a beautiful poppet pin or hat pin from Trina. Sunshine Morning Ray is making a sea-themed pen for this. It's beautiful. There is the Mermaid and Dolphin Oracle deck. And there is also one more little thing, which is a pendant, so you can take the ocean with you. And those are the items. And if you didn't win, oh, we didn't say how long this was going. I think until August 26th, I will pick a winner. So for those people that follow those 4 steps, and I see that you have done said 4 steps, and you're sharing that and doing all that wonderful good work, we will draw a winner on August 26th. I can go on Facebook, or I can come on here live. Whatever works is fine with me. And we'll draw a winner. Tammy, who was the first person to do it even before this cast or live cast had even started, gets 2 entries because she's awesome. And if you missed out on this one, in a couple of weeks on my other channel, which is the Pirate and I, AYE, my husband and I have a travel channel. We have friends in Grand Cayman who are actually physically reseeding the coral right now. We're doing another giveaway on that channel.
So much.
I know. I know. It's bucket list. Good time.
It is.
I'm telling
really
you.
is.
Mm-hmm. So if we can answer any questions, hit us up on Facebook for me, or I will answer any of the comments that are in the feed after this posts. Anything?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, you guys. Good luck to each and every one of you. May the odds forever be in your favor.
That never gets old for me. I always just want to watch the movie again.
So some people are asking, when is the next series video?
Oh, you guys liked this, did you? All right. Okay.
TBD or TBA.
To be announced. To be announced. We don't have. We don't know. Although we all love each other like crazy. So.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Josh. I love you.
Love you. You guys have fun.
Missing you already.
I know. We need to meet. We're going.
No, March.
We are.
March.
Wait.
It'll be fun.
It's like you guys have been in the family for years, and it's just like we never see each other. I just don't understand that. I mean,
Josh, be ready because to me, Josh and Nathan, because it's like we're gonna go down like the bars on a phone because I'm the tallest, and then Josh is then Nathan's like down here.
Like, Noah, it's gonna be awful because I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Noah."
It's gonna be pretty funny.
And you're gonna be like,
"What are you talking about? I'm about to look up Tilly. Older than me."
Oh my gosh. Wait, when I got to meet Snow Orchid this couple of weekends ago, she was just like, I thought that she's like, I'm surprised you're so tall. I'm like, and I don't think that I'm tall at all. But she's like, I'm surprised. She's like, so Noah must really be tall. And I'm like, yes, he is. When my husband, who was 6'4", goes like this.
Is he coming too?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's driving.
That's awesome.
He's driving, and Noah and I are gonna fly.
I can't wait to meet you guys.
Yep.
I can't wait to meet Snow. I'm like so ready now.
She's adorable. Oh my God, she's adorable.
Excuse me, I'm still here.
Josh.
Oh, hello. Hello there.
Oh, goodness.
How does Bear spell his name?
Bexar. It's actually like
I love it.
the county. Bexar.
Yeah.
Or the X is silent.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I like it.
Everybody's like, the springs are beautiful. Well, I'm going to have to go.
Let me turn on this light really quickly. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I thought it was Noah After Dark. You just got that? You just got that?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, God.
You're huffing
And
puffing.
then there was light.
And then there was light. I was saying, I said
This
it's
yellow,
Noah After
ugly
Dark.
yellow light. Well, no, because people are commenting on the postcards, and I wanted to show them that yes, I am putting them up. As you guys can see, I'm not like they're not sitting in a drawer in a box. So
Noah, show them your favorite postcard.
oh, the whole thing, like this whole thing right here. Wolf Angel, I think this one's from you, the Salem. It's a trolley from Salem. Isn't that cool?
That is cute.
That is really cool.
And then this one's from Hal. I got a postcard from Hal, you guys. I'm so bad at pointing. This one's from Hal. Like it's an actual place, and it's from Ravenflower and Bear.
Yeah, some
Freaking
crazy ass
amazing.
witch sent you that one.
It took forever. Like, I mean, Hal is really deep. It took a long time to get here.
I know. I was back for 2 weeks before that thing came.
Yeah. So you guys can see your postcard. Here you go. I like this one. This one's cool. It's
know that at the Wizarding World they actually have a post office in the Owlery.
I know.
no way. How cool.
So as long as you take your own stamp, okay, let everybody know that if you ever go to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, take your own stamp. So that way when you buy, and a pen. So when you buy a postcard, you can fill it out, stamp it, and send it right then and there.
Now, does it
that's
come
so cool.
from Diagon Alley, or does it come from
I think it's Hogsmeade, isn't it?
or Hogsmeade? Yeah, because I mean, isn't there 2 different post office? And it depends on which. I mean, those are 2 different parks, people.
Yeah.
So if you go to Orlando, you need to get the park to park pass so you can ride the train back and forth and have an experience because it is different each way you go.
Yep.
I didn't spend an entire 2 full days there. Like everybody else is like, I'm going on this ride. I'm like, I will be here in Diagon Alley. You will find me here.
I seriously,
drinking this butterbeer.
I can't wait. I've still been watching. I did this emergency Harry Potter marathon a couple weeks ago. What I was trying to do was before I started work, because I have to be up at 5 a.m. every day, I was planning on staying up all night long. So I went on Facebook. I was like, emergency Harry Potter marathon. I was trying to stay up all night. It didn't last. I got to like the second movie and was like out like a light. So I've been watching them, and I'm getting kind of like choked up as I'm watching them because it's like it's my childhood over again, and like I'm seeing it differently now, and it's just like really, it's very emotional. Like I get choked up a lot when I watch it, and watching them grow is like, right? Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. So like, I can't wait to go and experience it. You know what I mean? It's got to be more than just a day for me. Like, because Raven was like, "You're gonna go, and we're not gonna just go, walk through and sightsee. We're literally going to soak it in, and like you're here, that kind of thing." So I'm like so ready for that.
Half of my family was like, "We're gonna go to Transformers. We're gonna go see Despicable Me," and I'm like, "I'm gonna be right
here."
And literally, like 3 hours later, I'm still sitting there. I'm watching. I'm listening to the music. I'm watching the puppet show. I'm just taking it all in, and I'm like,
I cried. I mean, the first time I went, like I choked up.
Did you?
I did, and it was before Diagon Alley was added, and before the train ride was there too. And I walked in and I was just like,
I understand. When we were in Leavesden, when we did the whole got to tour the sets and the whole thing in England, you come around the corner after you do all the visual effect tour, then you come around the corner and you don't know really what you're walking into, but you kind of hear the music. You're like, okay, that's interesting. Let's go around the corner. And there's Hogwarts, like the whole castle. And it's a model, but it's huge. And it goes from, you know, morning to dawn. I mean, from morning to morning. So like a full 24 hours in the shadows and the lighting and everything. The lights come on in the castle and the music is whatever. And I'm sitting there just crying, or actually I stand, I'm like, this is what Yvonne looks like. This is what Yvonne looks like in England. English people are like, what's wrong with her? Crazy American.
I'm waiting.
I'm just like,
I'm waiting for one of those hardcore marathons that everyone was talking about. She says like the theater will show all of the movies in sequence, and in between they'll do like games and stuff like that. I am waiting. Like that's hardcore, and I'm so ready for it. Julie Harris, I think, asked me what state I need for my postcards. Girl, it is open. I am accepting postcards from anybody that wants to send them to help me build this amazing wall. Like I had maybe like 7 postcards a week ago. No, 2 weeks ago actually, like a week and a half. And I went back to the post office and there was like a lot more waiting. So I put them all up already. This is what I have so far. So anybody's welcome to send. My PO box is on my channel. On any of the descriptions, you click on it, you can see it's right there. I do appreciate it. It's amazing. Like it's really pretty.
it's really cool.
Do you mind multiples from the same? Actually, I don't mind multiples from the same state. I mean, if you feel like sending me a postcard, I would really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to collect like all 50 states, because there's actually some from other countries. Like this one, where's it at? There's one from Australia up here already. There's one from Portugal right here. Where's the Australia one at?
Wait a minute, isn't G in Germany right now?
Right here. Here's Australia one. Australia, and then Portugal's right here.
He is in Germany.
And then the other ones are just the states. And then there's other, I forgot where there's from some, Dublin, is that how you say it? Dublin?
Dublin?
Yeah, there's
Ireland?
one from, I can't remember.
Ireland.
But I found here's the Myrtle Beach sand that I was talking about earlier. I was trying to find it in the dark. I don't know what I knocked over, but I found it. It's really pretty. It sparkles and it's like really clean. Definitely not like the beaches in California. I'm not saying that they're really dark. Really dirty, but like definitely a big difference in like the texture and the color of the sand.
Well, I mean, it's different oceans. I mean, I think it's more kind of not gravelly, but I mean, it is different. It's kind of like there's sort of a grayness to that kind of sand. I don't know. Pacific sand.
No, it's great. It's like silvery gray. Yeah. I miss the beaches so much. I have no idea. That's why I was like, I want one of those projection things. Like that's kind of freaky. Like it's kind of weird. But I miss the beaches. Like you guys, I was at the beach every weekend. Like it was like 35-minute drive, 40 minutes tops if you leave like early in the morning, and we'd be there from like 6 a.m. until like they kicked us out because the beaches over there, they close like around 10 or 11. We'd be there all day. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, just being there and being there from when it's empty in the morning to being empty at night, like, and it's like full during the rest of the day, you know, it's just amazing. And I miss it so much. I have no idea. The nearest beach is like 2 hours away. I'm just like not. No.
Oh my gosh, listen, it's like maybe 15 minutes. If there's a lot of people there, it's maybe 15 minutes, and I am loving it.
I bet.
Absolutely love it. And then not only that, but I have so many different choices of like different. I mean, I can go to Bradenton Beach is the closest. We like to go to, what is it, Coquinta or something? Is that what the beach we go to? Isn't it like Coquinta?
It's Cortez Beach.
Well, there's Cortez, but we usually go to the wooded area. Anyway, it's
wooded area. Not the wooded area.
That was such sass.
Tables. They're parks. It's a park. So.
I forget what it's called. There's like a different types of beaches.
I don't know. I can't speak Spanish, but it's something Spanish.
It's not Spanish.
It's something Spanish.
It's something.
Español.
And
Escaping.
Beautiful beach.
Escape. It's funny. It's spelled just like the word escape.
I love that fish.
Me too.
Oh gosh, this is the water in Grand Cayman. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys see it? That's a bear snorkeling with his one leg, snorkel around. But I mean, you can see like these are fish down here. I mean,
yeah.
I tried to take credit and say that was me over there. That's not me at all. snorkeling with them. I'm up top. Taking pictures. But it's just like so beautiful and clear. And I saw somebody in the chat, say like that. I think is like the Gulf is like the most beautiful. I understand you've got pride, but you need to get out. You need to get out, and you got to see some other beaches in other places, because for me, having been on cruises, leaving out of Galveston, it's like for the first, I don't know, 5 miles, it is like murky and sort of gray and guck. And then all of a sudden the water opens up and it is bright blue. You're like, what? Who knew water could actually look like
really interesting, because if you go north, like St. Pete and Clearwater, ironically, it's not nearly as clear.
It's not clear?
It's not nearly as clear. It's still like, it's not murky, but it's nowhere near as clear as it is down here. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
It's like Iceland and Greenland.
And I've seen some of the most interesting things in the little bit of time I've been here. Did you know that dolphins can have 2 dorsal fins?
Really?
No, I did not know this.
I saw one with 2 dorsal fins, and I was simply flabbergasted.
Well, maybe he was just happy to see you.
I think it's on the wrong side. But we'll make it work. Whatever.
Did you tell them about when we was on the pier at night talking?
Yeah, and the manatee.
Those 2 dolphins were listening to us. Like they were all up in our business.
They were stalking us.
These dolphins were like nosy. That has happened to me up in Washington. Bear and I were having a conversation, just on, at the edge of the water, and all of a sudden we look up and there's the seal like all up in our business.
What you talking about?
What you do now? What's going on? So cute. Oh, they're so cute. Love it.
Yeah. There's a lot of dolphins that hang out, like just chill. We've seen a lot of critters.
We haven't seen a shark yet.
I saw sharks. From that pier that I just showed you a picture or whatever. So it wasn't while Bear was in the water, but I think the next day or the day before, one of those two, I don't know, a day away from, we were just standing there walking along the pier, and all of a sudden we see 2 shadows, and there's like 5 to 6 foot sharks. So there's 2 of them. We saw this little tiny nurse shark, and then the little nurse shark went like, eek! And then like went to the other side, and these big old sharks were like in the water, and people were like, that's not a shark, but then you could see it, and the way it turned and the way it whipped around, you're like, yes, that is. It's like, jump in, go ahead and ask it, are you a shark? and they were bull sharks, which the islanders say get out of the water if you see bull sharks, because they're just too unpredictable.
Yeah. Oh, they're very aggressive. Very aggressive. There was a guy that was in the ocean floating. He's actually a doctor, and he had his daughter. They were on vacation, and his daughter was like up in like the tree, like reading a book and just chilling. Her dad's out in the water, just like floating. And apparently there was 2 sharks swimming around him. And like he's seen them, but he just like laid back, like he just like put his head back down in the water and started floating. And everybody's like screaming, and like she got up and she like went by the shore, and she's like, all I seen was my dad out there floating, and these sharks are like off doing their thing. And then finally screaming at him like, get out of the water. So like he starts like walking back up to shore, like just like it's nothing. And she's like, there's 2 sharks out there. And he's like, it's okay, I seen them. They weren't bothering me. I was just like, fuck that.
Well, I mean, isn't that the thing? Like, I mean, can't they detect your heart rate and all this other stuff? So if you freak out, then they're going to automatically assume you're prey. But then I know my Shark Week. So also, aren't they like nosy, and they're going to like take a chomp because they're curious to find out what you are? I mean, isn't that a thing?
Does this taste good?
I don't taste good.
I probably don't either.
I'll tell you, one of the bad
I'm spoiled.
things.
Leave me alone.
One of the bad things about Florida, though, is the mosquitoes down here will pick you up and fly away with you.
Really?
Yes, they're awful. They're so bad.
Well, we have no CMs here, and they're terrible.
My garden has wrecked Noah for outdoors. He's like, no, these no-see-ums, they're literally, you cannot see them. They're called no-see-ums. It's not like their scientific name, but that's what we call them here in Texas. And sure
That's what
enough,
they call it. I was like, I understand it now.
you're like, I feel something biting me, and you look down, you're like, nothing. There is literally something biting you. You just can't see it. They're so small, and they are like, you look up, and then there's this welt when they decided to leave. You're like, great. Like, this thing is going to itch forever.
My legs were like all bent up. They're like itching for days.
Or chiggers. Some people call them jiggers. Some people call them chiggers.
Those are bad.
Snow Orchid said, is that what those are? Yeah, they're called no-see-ums. That's what we call them.
No-see-ums, they're mean. They're mean as hell.
How's the chat doing?
I don't know. I was paying attention.
I'm already scratching my leg.
Chat we're down to 27, so we should probably say au revoir and stuff. And go watch Chasing Coral right now.
Yes. Back on track.
Until next time.
Until next time, where we will be discussing some other element. We only have 3 others.
Fire.
Did you hear something?
But yeah, well, I'm glad that people liked this. So yeah, we'll try to do it, but we'll sync up to find out when things are good. I know Luna's moving. I got health drama. Nate just moved. And Noah.
Where's she going?
What? You
Where's
just
Luna?
moved.
Luna?
Luna has to move. She has to move out of her place.
Oh.
Do you not watch your channel?
Listen, do you know how long it's been since I've been able to sit down and like chill and relax and watch a YouTube video? Too damn long.
Too damn long?
Like, my job now is like Monday through Friday, which I thought at first was like, yay! But it's more like I feel busier than ever now because I'm used to working 3 days a week and 12-hour shifts during those 3 days, and then having the other days to do whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah.
Shoving everything in my weekends, So I'm like,
which is hell because I usually try to not do anything on Sunday because that is like my recharge day, and if I don't get it, I am mean. I'm a mean person. I am mean.
I'm struggling with this 5 a.m. stuff. I'm like super struggling. I go to bed, I'll probably go to bed like at 10:30 and I'll wake up at like 5:30. So, I'm back on coffee, you guys. I haven't been on coffee forever, and I'm like, Raven, there's coffee in my horizon.
I don't understand why you're waking up. Okay, I have to go further than him, up 4:10. I have to be there at 8. He's got to be there at 8. I wake up at like 6:15. We don't like somehow leave my house in like a half an hour. I put all my clothes out the night before. I pack my lunch. I do all that other stuff. So it's like I'm like autopilot in the morning. I'm like, put this on.
Well, I get there super early.
Out the door.
I get there super early. My motto is it's better safe than sorry. And 5 minutes makes a difference. Like you leave 5 minutes late and boom, like everything's full. All the freeways are like jam packed, and I'm like, no. So I'd rather just get there early and just chill.
Just to beat traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Columbus.
So I mean, I get there an hour early, and I get to enjoy my coffee, and it kicks in by the time work starts. So that's pretty cool. And I have my own like setup, so I can just like chill on the computer until I start. It's pretty cool.
That's your morning ritual.
Yeah, pretty much. I love it. Well, yeah, I'm still like exploring the benefits and stuff like that. Like they're gonna pay for school. I think that's so cool. Like up to $10,000 a year. So I'm trying to see if I'm probably just going to take a couple online classes come fall because I'm going to be working like in the middle of the day. So I won't be able to get any morning classes or evening classes. So I'm thinking like online would be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're just like talking personal. So yeah.
Okay. Well, then we will leave this here. And please, if you have any questions, please put it in the down bar. All of the description links and all that other stuff. Chasingcoral.com obviously is chasingcoral.com. I mean, I can't change it up more than that for you. But the link is actually there, so you can just click on it. The 4 steps in order to enter. We've gone over the prizes. If you miss this one, then you can always jump onto my other channel, and I'll do a thing. I'll do an announcement of that too on my regular Facebook page if you need that. Questions, quandaries. I think we've covered a lot. And I'll just leave you guys to this documentary, and I hope that it changes your life. I mean, it really certainly did mine. So
It's fabulous.
I thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching and listening to us ramble about. It was fun. And yeah, let's make a difference. Let's use our witchiness for good.
Yes.
That was a very convincing yes. That was very convincing. I'm ready.
I feel so much better. I feel like I just like I let it all out. You know what I mean? I feel like my resolution each year in the beginning of the calendar year is always to make a difference, and I feel like this is one of those things that is living it up. You know, living it out. I mean, so thank you so much for everybody who's watching, and thank you to Nathan, Madam Luna, and Raven for coming on with me today. It's absolutely amazing. I love you guys so much, and I missed you guys so much.
Heart.
Yeah, I definitely want to thank you guys for having me, and this was such a great idea, and I'm so excited to see what else we can talk about. My mind's already racing, like, oh, the hardest one is going to be fire. No, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Not at all.
Oh,
No,
she's already
that
got
one.
it.
Okay, for me, that one's gonna be deep, and I'm ready to share. So whenever we're ready, I'm ready.
We're ready. Sounds good.
Well, it'll be different because, there's no, bodies of fire to protect. It's like fire's usually you're consuming, Raven's like, oh, you wait. She's like,
No, well, I mean,
I've done my research.
yeah.
I have some idea of where you might be going, so I'm kind of like.
Well, I'm talking more about like change and transformation, but if we're gonna talk about like wildfires, California is terrible right now. I feel so bad. It's so bad. But anyways, that's for the next one.
All right.
All right. Well, many blessings, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and let's go make a witchy difference.
Yeah.
Talk about being the witchy change. Let's go actually do that for our Earth.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Blessed be. Have a good rest of your week.